KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Making news this morning, we have the latest on a shooting on the northeast side that sent a man to the hospital.
And thanks to supply chain problems, why used cars may be worth more than you think.
Outside with live cam, chilly but not quite as cold as the last couple of mornings. We'll talk to Mike in a moment because we are one day closer to the weekend. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, February 10th.
Thanks for joining us this morning. Yeah, a little closer to Valentine's Day. Don't worry, you have time. But yeah, 41 degrees, still need the jacket.
Definitely do, and maybe make an HEB run in advance of Sunday because you know what's coming up, and everybody's going to be getting their chips, dips, and everything else that you eat on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yesterday, went over to the rodeo. We were shooting some stories, previewing, and wow, he's out in the sun. It was almost hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, 72 degrees, beautiful sunshine. It's going to be perfect for opening day of the rodeo.
Opening day, that's right. And we've got a bunch of stuff coming up tonight right here on KSAT. And I have a prediction about this year's rodeo.
Okay.
It's the closest thing we've seen to normal in a while, and I think it's going to be packed every night.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah. This weekend's going to be great for it. You know, Saturday a little iffy, but still good weather for that, and then back to Sunday. But anyway, this morning, yes, grab a jacket. Temperatures, as Steph and Mark was talking about, aren't quite as cool as yesterday morning. 42 in town, 33 Bulverde, so maybe freezing in and around your backyard there. Same thing up around Comfort, Kerrville, right below freezing, and still got a hint of a breeze out there. So therefore, somewhat of a wind chill. 38 degrees, what it feels like out at the airport, 34 at Randolph, and it's going to be a beautiful day today. We have a couple of clouds hanging around here this morning. Mold and Mountain Cedar are both on the low side. So once we get rid of some of these clouds this morning, which are holding temperatures, keeping us from getting as cool as what we could get, we'll maybe fluctuate a couple of notches here and there. And then once again, way up to 72 degrees later on today. It's going to be even warmer tomorrow, up into the mid 70s. Then we have that front moving on through here. Yeah, it's going to be cooler on Saturday and a chilly morning Sunday, but then more beautiful weather. We'll get a closer detailed look at the weekend and maybe see what's in store for Valentine's Day. Don't forget to do your shopping, gentlemen. Anyway, that detail is coming up in just a couple of minutes. Steph, Mark.
Thank you, Mike. San Antonio police are trying to figure out who and what led up to a man being shot on the city's northeast side. Officers tell us that it happened after 7 last night on Morristown Drive near I-35 and O'Connor Road. Officers also tell us that the man shot is not being cooperative with that investigation. We do know he was taken to the hospital to be treated and that his injuries were non-life-threatening.
In your other morning headlines, a federal appeals court will not reinstate President Biden's vaccine mandate for federal employees as it reviews a lower court's order putting it on hold. A decision by the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, Fifth Circuit U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, on Wednesday potentially sets the stage for the case to go to the Supreme Court. One of the 3 judges dissented. In his dissent, the President Obama appointee wrote, quote, "The only court that can now provide timely relief is the Supreme Court," end quote. The 2 majority judges were appointed by Presidents Reagan and Trump. The mandate has been halted nationwide since a preliminary injunction in January that was issued by a Trump-appointed judge.
Former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin took the witness stand Wednesday in her defamation trial against the New York Times. Now, Palin sued the Times and its former editorial page editor back in 2017 over an editorial published earlier that year in the wake of a shooting at a baseball practice in D.C. Now, the shooting left Representative Steve Scalise and other members of Congress injured. A former editor testified that he made edits to the paper's editorial erroneously, adding that there was a clear link to a map circulated by Palin's Political Action Committee and the deadly shooting that injured former Arizona Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords in 2011. He said he has regretted the error in the 5 years since the piece was published.
This morning, the U.S. auto industry continues to deal with supply issues and chip shortages, and now prices for new cars are soaring.
So what can buyers do, and what's the opportunity if you want to sell your car? Here's ABC's Ariel Reshef.
With soaring demand, microchip shortages, and supply chain issues, buying a new car has never cost more. The average price of a new car in December was a record-breaking $47,077. That's nearly $6,000 more than a year before. And some dealers are selling new cars well above the sticker price. In fact, industry experts saying 82% of new vehicle purchases in January were above the manufacturer's suggested retail price.
If you're out there, you have paid over sticker price, you're definitely not alone. The overwhelming majority of new car shoppers are also doing the same.
Ford says about 10% of their 3,000 U.S. dealerships are doing it. And in an earnings call last week, CEO Jim Farley warning them to stop.
We don't like making our customers wait, and we're taking action to ensure that they don't pay unreasonable markups.
GM also threatening action against the small minority of bad actors selling at rates far in excess of sticker prices.
For automakers trying to keep their market share and their customers happy, this is something that they may think about enforcing.
Both companies saying if those dealers continue inflating prices, they could withhold shipments of new cars. And experts tell us there is a silver lining in this wild car market. If you own a car, trade-in values have risen 50% year over year, so your car could be worth more than you paid for it, even if it's up to 10 years old. Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
Yeah, I saw Facebook, one of our viewers post on Facebook the other night, one of those instances where he paid less for a 2022 model Toyota RAV4 than the used one sitting in the used lot. He paid less for the new one than the used one.
Really?
Yes.
That is interesting. That never used to happen.
Well, and I know, and we've been talking about how these used car values have been so inflated in the last couple of years, and that trend is now continuing.
I think I just want to hold off buying a car altogether.
Well, we talked to an expert a couple of weeks ago and said, if you can, don't buy a car anytime soon unless it's absolutely necessary. 436, about 41 degrees.
And still ahead, we're going to tell you the best and easiest ways to get your stove clean and ready for the big game this weekend.
Up next, newly anointed All-Star DeJounte Murray tried to get the Spurs a win last night in Cleveland, but the Cavs had an All-Star of their own. We'll have some highlights.
And a quick look at the roads with TransGuide this morning. There's a look there at a quiet Highway 281 at the quarry. Oh, there's someone traveling. You guys be careful out there.
And live cam. Glad you're with us here on GMSA. We're just getting started. We'll be right back. Brand new NBA All-Star DeJounte Murray and the Spurs win Cleveland last night to face the Cavs. Spurs got off to a good start. Keldon Johnson knocks down a three from the corner for a 10-2 lead. They would manage to stay in the lead after one, but the Cavs had an All-Star of their own in the form of Darius Garland. He returned after missing 4 games and scored 27 points on San Antonio. Cavs would go on a 15-4 run late in the game and put any hopes of a Spurs comeback on ice. Cleveland cruises to a win over San Antonio, 105-92. San Antonio trimmed a 23-point deficit to 7 in the fourth quarter before Garland put the Cavs back in control. Meanwhile, Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell scored 18 apiece, and our All-Star DeJounte Murray had 16 for the Spurs.
Digging yourself that hole makes it tough to come back and win, but I mean, we always compete. I mean, if you want to say that's a good thing, but that's really a guarantee. For any team, you want to do that. So, but you try not to dig that hole and play that way throughout.
Next up, Spurs visit the Atlanta Hawks. Tip-off tomorrow night, 6:30 at State Farm Arena. Los Angeles under a rare heat advisory in the middle of winter for the rest of this week and for Sunday afternoon for Super Bowl 56. Remember, kickoff is actually 3:30 West Coast time, 5:30 here. National Weather Service officials say temperatures could be as high as 90 degrees at kickoff, which would be a record. Remember, SoFi Stadium has a roof that's more of a canopy that allows light in and actually doubles as a giant video screen. You can see the game live from outside if you're in a plane landing at LAX. And the sides can be closed with giant panels to help ease the heat. And one of our big stories for this year's NFL championship is the fact that Rams running back Cam Akers is able to suit up and play after he ruptured his Achilles tendon in July. That normally takes 9 months to recover from. He did it in less than 6, returning for the Rams' last regular season game against the Niners. Kickoff on San Antonio, as I said, 5:30 here in San Antonio on Sunday.
A little bit earlier than normal, I think, right? 5:30.
I'm trying to remember. It sounds about right, if I remember.
Okay, well, maybe I'll catch some of it.
Right.
Some of the game.
Yeah, and of course I took Monday off.
That's a smart move. Time now, 4:42 and 41 degrees for now. And have you used your stovetop a little more lately? All that cooking and baking could call for a deep cleaning. So coming up, we're going to show you what works best for getting rid of all that grit and grime.
And next, the family of actor and comedian Bob Saget announced how he died in a Florida hotel last month.
The family of actor and comedian Bob Saget announcing that he died from head trauma in a Florida hotel last month. ABC's Mona Kosar-Abdi has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, it's been 1 month since the loss of America's TV dad, Bob Saget.
Super Dad flying out the door.
And this morning, we're learning what caused this 65-year-old comic's death. His family revealing he suffered a fatal head trauma, sharing in a statement, quote, "We felt it only proper that the fans hear directly from us." The Saget family hearing from authorities that he accidentally hit the back of his head, thought nothing of it, and went to sleep. Shortly after his death, his widow, Kelly Rizzo, remembering how happy he was in his final hours, telling ABC's TJ Holmes he was doing what he loved.
He was just so wonderful. I was just so honored to be his wife and to be able to be a part of it.
So how exactly can an injury like this become fatal? And what are the warning signs? Coming up at 7 a.m., Dr. Jen Ashton weighs in live. With your GMA First Look, I'm Mona Kosar-Abdi, ABC News, New York.
Well, if you're planning on doing a lot of cooking on your stovetop this weekend, chances are there's probably going to be some greasy grime left behind.
Here's 12 on your sides, Marilyn Moritz, with the best way to deep clean it.
Melinda Montanero did a lot of holiday hosting.
The stovetop, the ovens, the entire kitchen was a mess, and I needed about a good week to go through and deep clean everything.
Tackling the mess sooner rather than later is best because leaving spills can actually start to affect performance.
On a gas range, it can clog the burners, which makes them tough to light and produces uneven flames in some cases. And for glass smooth tops, sugar-based spills like chocolate or tomato sauce that are allowed to sit for too long can damage the surface.
The cleaning pros say simple, hot, soapy water is your friend. For gas ranges, you can use dish soap and water as your solution to clean everything from surfaces, grates, and burner covers. Just remove, soak, and scrub. If the grates and covers are really gunky, slip them into a sealable container with a 1/4 cup of ammonia. It will break down the stains and make cleaning easier. For clogged burner ports, you can use a paper clip or safety pin.
You also want to avoid using steel wool or abrasive cleaners on the cooktop. That's especially true for glass cooktops.
Instead, use a soft sponge or wet paper towel to wipe away spills. For heavy, burned-on residue on smooth tops, use a razor blade or glass scraper made for this purpose. Hold the blade at a 45-degree angle so you don't scratch it. As for cooktop controls, most can be removed and washed with hot, soapy water. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
And a quick look at the roads with TransGuide earlier, very quiet, and same story right now. Another shot there of Highway 281 Corey. Oh, okay, there we go. We have some travelers now.
And I don't like that shot. You know why? Because this time of morning, it glows like it's wet or icy.
Yeah, it looks like there's a problem, but I think it's just the angle of the camera.
Yeah, there's no moisture out there to speak of this morning. Mike says that might change a little bit this weekend, part of this weekend.
Saturday. Yeah. A chance for a couple little showers here and there. We do have some clouds hanging around here this morning, so temperature is going to be pretty much steady because the clouds obviously act like a blanket, but otherwise it is fantastic. Still grab a jacket. We do have wind chills that are down in the 30s, even feels like 26 right now in Kerrville. Clouds will stick around this morning and then they are going to be clearing on out. And here you can see that little batch that has kind of slid on in here, and like I said, it's going to continue to just kind of work its way across the area, so that acts like the blanket. Then again, it clears out just in time to have more just beautiful sunshine like yesterday. And once again, upstream, there's not a heck of a lot going on. We do have this flow coming in here from the sort of north-northwest, and this is going to push the front through, but not until sometime Saturday morning. So it's going to be another 48 hours until that thing moves on through here. And as far as the humidity, it is up ever so slightly. Not much at all. It will go up ever so slightly over the course of tomorrow and then early on Saturday, and that front moves on through here. And as it moves through, it's going to squeeze out, a couple of showers here and there. Then we get much drier air moving in here for Sunday as well as Monday. Humidity starts to come back up midweek as another low approaches us, and that one hopefully will give us, and right now it's looking like an okay chance for some rain. Better, I think, than what the chance of rain is on Saturday. So here's what's going on with the long-range computer model. Some leftover clouds this morning and then sunshine throughout the afternoon. Sunny skies tomorrow. Saturday, we get a few clouds and again, broad brush. That's what paints in with the rain chances. But there will be the chance of rain Saturday and maybe through the day. If you're got some outdoor plans, going to be heading to the rodeo on Saturday, I really wouldn't change them. Just 1 or 2 sprinkles here and there and a few extra clouds. It will be cool on Saturday, cool and windy, highs only in the upper 50s. Of course, it'll feel cooler than that. And then we clear on out and we're going to be down close to freezing again here in town by Sunday morning. So obviously a pretty good freeze in portions of the hill country. Going into next week, we start off plenty of sunshine, warm temperatures again. Clouds move in here Tuesday, Wednesday. Then a chance for a couple of showers around here, and that rain chance does look like it is going to be sticking around at least into Thursday. So like I said, that's the better opportunity as it's looking right now for some rain by the middle part of next week. So today, got some clouds hanging around here this morning. Maybe 1 or 2 of them left over by noon, already up to 65 degrees. And then, yep, just like yesterday, 72, blazing sunshine, absolutely beautiful. Open up the windows kind of a day. And again, you're out in the direct sun and it can get on the warm side and something else to think about. And granted, the experts say every single day, but especially days like this, sun's getting higher in the sky. Don't forget about sunscreen. 73 tomorrow, 58. That's it on Saturday, 65 Sunday after starting off near freezing.
It's funny picking up the kids from school. Everybody's wearing because they're inside and they're wearing their jackets or coats from the morning, and they come outside and they're like, oh, it's hot.
Drag them.
Exactly.
Thank you, Mike. 451, about 41 degrees.
And coming up next, a preview of a performance of the national anthem ahead of this year's Super Bowl.
Here are your lottery numbers this morning. Pick 3, 734, Fireball 8. Daily 4 numbers 5373, Fireball 9.
Cash 5, 10, 18, 29, 30, 31. Lotto Texas 9, 10, 12, 18, 37, 51. And your Powerball numbers 2, 17, 33, 51, 63, Powerball 26, Power Play 2. Good luck.
New details about the national anthem for the Super Bowl, and there are new options on streaming just in time for Valentine's Day.
For the latest of what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
Mickey Guyton wants you to see yourself on stage when she sings the national anthem at the Super Bowl on Sunday. Hoping to unify the country, Guyton says she's assembled a choir to join her on stage, and the choir will look like America.
I wanted for people, when they see that they see themselves. Everybody is included in this, and that is the America. That's the America I'm proud of.
She also says she's so nervous that just thinking about Sunday makes her want to throw up.
Swipe left, swipe right, who's ugly?
If you're looking for a rom-com this Valentine's Day weekend, then I Want You Back might be for you. Jenny Slate and Charlie Day star in the story of dumpies trying to get over their breakups. And Day tells me one of the reasons he thinks the movie works is that it's not that complicated.
It's not really a movie about a magic toaster that turns into a romantic thing or something, or about an alien who does a body switching thing. It's just a really sweet story about people that just happens to also be very funny.
I Want You Back starts streaming tomorrow on Amazon Prime Video. No, you can't start watching Steven Spielberg's now Oscar-nominated West Side Story at home tonight, but soon. It'll arrive for streaming on Disney Plus March 2nd. And happy birthday, Yara Shahidi. The Blackish and Grownish star is 22 today, while Good Morning America's George Stephanopoulos is 61. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
4 minutes till 5, 41 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA, COVID-19 vaccines for kids under 5 had not yet been authorized, but we're going to tell you about the rollout plan that is already in the works.
A popular Nintendo game getting new life on Switch. That's coming up in Tech Bites.
And a quick look at the roads with TransGuide. A few more people out there on the roadways at Highway 281 in the Quarry. We'll be checking with Stephen Cavazos later on.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
A house fire turns deadly on the city's east side overnight. Details coming up.
I'm ABC's M. Wynn in Washington. A glimmer of hope for normalcy as COVID-19 cases plunge 70% in the last 3 weeks. But top health officials are warning about the mixed messages on mask mandates coming up.
And taking a look outside with Live Cam this morning, we're in the 40s, not as cold as yesterday, but still needing a jacket early in the day.
Good morning. It is Thursday, February 10th.
Hey, thanks for joining us. I've been enjoying this week with the beautiful afternoon temperatures. Maybe one more day?
Yeah, we hope so. First day of the rodeo. Here's Mike Osterhage with your local forecast.
Beautiful for the first day of rodeo. Got some clouds hanging around here this morning. And yeah, not just one more day, a couple of more days. And even the weekend looks fantastic. One minor little glitch. Talk about that in a second. 40 degrees right now. And the dew point's at 31. So we still have relatively dry air. We do, like I said, have some clouds hanging around here right now. And then a huge warm up again. We're going to be gaining a good 30, in some cases close to 35 degrees, getting up into the low 70s once again. Plenty of sunshine out there today. Beautiful blue skies. The aquifer went up 0.2 of a foot in yesterday's reading, and the allergens, everything dropped down to, well, still on the low side, I should say, mold as well as mountain cedar. Looks like mountain cedar season's finally coming to an end, which I know a lot of folks say good riddance to that. We do have a slight breeze once again, same thing like yesterday. So in most areas there is no wind to speak of, and that's why we've got those cooler temperatures there. But then wind chill readings right now feels like 37 in town, 33 Randolph, and 29 wind chill at Hondo. So yeah, coat this morning and sure won't need it by later on this afternoon. So few clouds, chilly / cold, if you will, and then low 70s, sunshine, just fantastic again today. Sunny and even a little bit warmer tomorrow, getting up close to the mid 70s. And that front moves on through here. It's actually kind of, you stand out in the direct sun, it's kind of warm today, but no complaints, low humidity. Then the front moves through early on Saturday. It is going to be windy on Saturday. We'll have a couple of showers here and there. I don't think rain chances are all that great. So if you do want to head out on Saturday, rodeo, one place to go to. I don't think there's going to be any problem with that. It will be cooler, though. Only upper 50s, kind of windy, and then more sunshine back on Sunday and warming back up after close to a freeze on Sunday morning. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic authorities, Stephen Cavazos is in the studio. Good morning, sir. What's up?
Hey, good morning, Mike. Maybe the weekend's a perfect time to wash the car, too. I-10 at Fresno, we're seeing a few folks out there. Now, that was actually a problem spot. I actually encountered that driving into work a little bit earlier this morning. But taking a look right now around town, things seem to be quiet based off I-10 at Hackberry. And what we're seeing here at 35 at the upper level there at Brooklyn, a few folks out there getting their morning started early with us. But keep in mind, we are spotting some problems this early in the morning. We first want to bring your attention right here to I-10 at Loop 1604 East. Now, we are hearing reports of a crash in this area. And what our map is now picking up is a slight slowdown in those westbound lanes. Again, this is going out towards Seguin, but where we're seeing that slowdown, it's coming right back in here to San Antonio. So that yellow and orange is indicating something is going on there. We're going to find out what that is and give you all those updates as the morning does go on. But as I mentioned, we did have a crash up here at I-10 westbound at Fresno that thankfully has cleared out, and you can see that we're not spotting any delays in those westbound lanes. But we spotted a crash also up here earlier of Loop 1604 eastbound at Rogers Ranch Parkway. Now, as you can push out of the map, it doesn't look like we have a very busy start, but these isolated crashes are obviously going to be causing issues for drivers that are going to be possibly navigating through these situations. So make sure that you are driving carefully, especially when first responders are out there on the scene. Taking you to those inbound times, thankfully, still pretty much in a good shape. 24 minutes coming in from I-10 eastbound, Bernie to downtown. 24 minutes, 26 minutes coming in with 281 southbound from Bulverde. And right now, 26 minutes if you're traveling on I-35 southbound from New Braunfels. No delays yet, but we're going to find out what's going on with those issues and give you those updates as the morning does go on. Mark, Stephanie?
Thank you, Stephen. Natalie, breaking news for the third time this week. A house fire's had deadly consequences. This time, the victim is a woman in her 90s who was unable to escape her East Side home.
Katrina Weber is live where it happened on Utah Street, not far from South Hackberry. And Katrina, we understand a man was also hurt.
That's right. A man who firefighters described also as elderly suffered some burns. He was rushed to SAMC to be treated for those burns. Both of those people were in this house behind me. You could see it has been gutted by the fire. There was really nothing that firefighters could do to save the people or the house. We have some video to show you, and you'll see exactly what they were facing when they arrived here around 1:15 this morning. They say that there were flames heavy flames on the back side of that house. Firefighters were able to get to the man who got out of the house on his own, but again, he suffered some burns. They tried to go in to save the woman, but they were beat back by the flames. They eventually did get inside, but it was too late to save the woman who did die as a result of this fire. There's no word on the exact cause just yet. We had some crews still out here when we arrived, but they did leave within the last 15 or 20 minutes. That included the fire investigators, but we have not heard again yet how this fire started here early this morning. Reporting live on the east side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. At least 12 people have been shot in 10 separate shootings, all of this happening in just the last 3 days, and that's only what we have reported on. This comes shortly after SAPD's 2021 crime report was released, showing we had the most homicides in 1 year since 1994. There are 160, 85 which are still not solved. Police Chief William McManus blames an increase in spontaneous and unorganized crime, and as officers have seen a lot of weapons on the streets. However, one gun owner we spoke with says he believes the increased violence is not a result of relaxed state gun laws.
If somebody has the will in their head to do wrong, a law is not going to keep them from doing wrong.
And he also says to buy a gun, going through the background check only takes about 15 minutes and maybe 30 minutes on a busy day.
This morning, the federal government is getting ready to release millions of vaccines to kids 6 months to 5 years old.
ABC's M1 has the latest from Washington.
This morning, the federal government already prepping the first 10 million doses of the under 5 Pfizer vaccine ready to go as soon as the FDA gives a final sign-off. The CDC tells ABC News there will be plenty of supply with enough vaccine doses for all children in the age group. Doses for the youngest population will be distributed in maroon-capped vials to differentiate that specific formula from the vials for the 5 to 11-year-olds, which are orange-capped. This comes as a growing number of states announce they're rolling back restrictions. Today, New York ends its emergency mask or vaccination requirement for businesses, leaving decisions up to local officials, though not everyone is on board.
I think it's a smart idea to keep it going a little bit longer in the city because we have more people.
Governor Kathy Hochul leaving school mask mandates in place, though, at least until March. 8 other states, from Rhode Island to Illinois, also easing pandemic rules. But the CDC stands by their guidance that most Americans should mask up in indoor public spaces and schools. The CDC director says transmission is still high, though they're working on recommendations to ease restrictions safely.
As we work towards that and as we are encouraged by the current trends, we are not there yet.
The mixed messages causing some confusion.
Remember, the CDC is making national guidance and states have very different stages of the pandemic. So some states may make decisions that are specific to them, whereas CDC is trying to provide overall guidance for the entire country.
New COVID-19 cases have plummeted, down nearly 70% in the last 3 weeks. But the nation is still seeing an average of 2,400 deaths a day. The FDA's advisory committee is set to meet and debate Pfizer's request to authorize the under 5 vaccine next Tuesday. M1, ABC News, Washington.
The San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo officially opens tonight. KSAT 12 will exclusively broadcast the opening ceremony and the rodeo. It's kicking off the AT&T Center at 7 p.m. Our crew will give you a closer look at this year's event. They'll also go over the history of a new Let's Rodeo San Antonio special. You can watch it right here on KSAT, KSAT.com, or on your favorite streaming platform from 7 to 10 o'clock.
And time now, 5:08 and a cold 41 degrees for now.
Still ahead, first look at Samsung's new lineup of Galaxy S22 phones.
Also next, the U.S. moving up the medal count at the Winter Olympics. We're going to have a breakdown of the latest events next.
And outside with Live Cam. Thanks for starting with your day with us here on GMSA. We'll be back after this break. It's exactly 5:12. Welcome back and good morning. Russia making headlines at the Winter Olympics with a major scandal. Meanwhile, Team USA is striking gold.
ABC's Alex Brachet has all the overnight details from Beijing.
Good morning from Beijing, and good news to report for Team USA winning a pair of golds. Let's start with figure skating. American Nathan Chen taking the ice in the men's single skate. Dressed as a fireball and skating to Elton John's Rocket Man, Chen turned in an out-of-this-world performance, posting a final score more than 22 points higher than the next closest competitor. In the women's snowboard halfpipe, defending Olympic gold medalist Chloe Kim picking up right where she left off, winning another gold medal after landing a cab 1260, a competition first. Chloe Kim, now the first repeat and multi-title winner in women's Olympic halfpipe history. But also this morning, controversy emerging in the team event in figure skating, which the Russian Olympic Committee finished first, the U.S. second, and Japan third. The IOC still yet to award medals, saying the delay is due to a legal issue. NBC, who is broadcasting the games, now reporting the reason behind the delay involves 15-year-old Russian Kamila Valieva testing positive for a banned substance prior to the Olympics. Valieva has been a star these Olympics, becoming the first woman to land a quadruple jump in Olympic competition. It's still not known how this will affect the results of the team event or Valieva's ability to compete in the individual competition next week. Alex Perche, ABC News, Beijing.
And here's an update on the medal count right now. And according to the total medal count, looks like Norway and Austria are tied with 12 total medals. Team USA having a bit of a rough winter games, currently sitting in fifth with 3 golds, 5 silvers, and 1 bronze.
And time now, 5:13 and 41 degrees for now.
Still ahead, Instagram rolls out safety features on its platform. We'll tell you how they work.
And Nintendo is bringing back the classic Wii sports video game.
What would you like?
I think
Everything is included.
Gonna be falling in. Still feels like
Did you and your husband enjoy your stay?
Yes.
Visit secretsresorts.com/loveunlimited for a special Love Unlimited package and savings up to 40%.
What's inside Airborne? A blast of immune support that's more than just vitamin C. It's a unique crafted blend with zinc and other vitamins, minerals, and herbs. Seize today with Airborne, the #1 immune support gummy and effervescent brand.
Celebrate Valentine's Day for less with Kohl's. Get 65% off jewelry, 25% off festive pajamas, and 25% off cozy home finds. Plus, get free store pickup. Kohl's.
In today's Tech Bite, Samsung unveils its new lineup of smartphones. The trio includes the Galaxy S22, S22 Plus, and S22 Ultra. The Ultra is the first Samsung to come with a stylus since the Galaxy Note. All 3 models have better cameras and longer battery life. They run between $800 and $1,200. Instagram is rolling out some new safety features. The new Your Activity tab allows users to sort and filter content, search for past comments, and bulk delete content. And security checkups simplifies the necessary steps to secure accounts. Finally, Nintendo is bringing back classic Wii Sports to its new game called Switch Sports, including tennis and bowling. New sports include soccer, badminton, and volleyball. All are played using the Switch's controllers to track your movements. The game launches April 29th. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Oh, that was so fun when it came out.
Yeah.
Remember back in the day? Bowling and golf, I think, were some of my favorites.
Well, I didn't have it, but it looked like a lot of fun. I think it's going to do well coming back.
It will. 5:18 right now.
Let's go ahead and check in with Stephen Cavazos.
Yeah, I'd probably still get picked to be on the last on anyone's team, even if it was
even on Wii.
Even on Wii.
No, it's gonna be different this time around.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Listen, my nephew looks up to me, so maybe he'll let me play. Let's take a quick look at the roadways. Right now, things have been quiet from what we've been seeing at TransGuide. There's 37 at Jones Avenue. Not a lot of people out there. It's still very early on, but we do have some folks that are waking up with us right now. There's 1604 at Wiseman. Again, not really any problems that we're spotting from TransGuide. However, there were some things that we spotted on our map. Now let's go ahead and take you right to it because the big one was right here of I-10 at Loop 1604 East. We saw some buildup of traffic there in the westbound lanes, but it looks like that has quickly improved. No TransGuide cameras were picking up any activity out there, so that's some good good news, but we're going to continue to watch that spot closely and hope that whatever was going on out there has cleared out. Let's take a jump down over here. We have I-35 southbound at Zazamoto. If you drive through this overnight or in the early hours of the morning, you may see some construction crews out there. They usually wrap up by 5 a.m., so that's just something to keep in mind. But right now, it doesn't look like it's causing any issues with traffic. Pushing out of the map, as I was moving around here, I did see that we have a crash there off 37. We'll find out what's going on there, but right now there's not really anything that's going to impact that early morning drive. Again, just a few folks getting their morning started early, maybe grabbing that cup of coffee, and that's the best way to start the day. I could use one.
I know, me too.
When those wheels first came out and everybody kept complaining that they wouldn't use the wristband, the wrist strap.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the remote would go flying and break people's flat screen TVs.
Oh, that's awful.
I do remember that.
Oh, I do remember.
All right, we got a good looking morning. Do have some clouds around this morning, and that's helping to hold temperatures up somewhat from where we were yesterday. And though we do still have a wind chill to deal with, so it's 33 Randolph, 37 here in town, and 29 is the cool spot as far as wind chill in Honda. Not a real strong breeze, but obviously just enough. Yesterday, 72 degrees. The normal average high temperature is 66, and we're going to be right up in that same ballpark again today. Maybe a little bit of a milky shade to the sky. We've got clouds right now. Here's the water vapor imagery. And this is the moisture kind of in the upstairs in the atmosphere. This thicker moisture loft is what's helping with some of these clouds. And then there's still just a little bit out there. So again, milky shade to the sky, but otherwise still going to be just fantastic looking. Here's what the satellite picture looks like right now, and they're kind of mid-level clouds, this medium shade of gray right now, and then we do have a little bit of clearing more out there to the west of us, so we will start to get rid of some of these clouds. They're maybe stubborn, especially down to the southeast throughout the rest of today. A few more clouds there, more sunshine off to the west, and then more clear skies tonight. Plenty of sunshine again tomorrow. The front moves through here Saturday morning. We'll start to see an increase in clouds, a couple of showers as the front moves on through, but this is not looking like it's going to be a real big deal as far as rain is concerned. Just a couple of scattered showers around the area. Then we're going to be clearing out Saturday night into Sunday. That'll set us up for cold morning on Sunday. By the way, behind the front, we are only going to be in the upper 50s, so we'll be almost anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees below normal for a high temperature on Saturday. Plus, it's going to be windy, and again, 1 or 2 of those showers. But like I said, we clear out Sunday morning, and that's going to set us up for a cold morning. We're close to freezing here in town. Clouds come back in late Tuesday. Cloudier skies Wednesday. Couple of showers around here and there. I think a better rain chance, though, is going to be moving in then late Wednesday into Thursday. So this is, now, again, broad brush, but this is a better opportunity as it's looking right now for rain by Wednesday and Thursday of next week than what we're going to be seeing on Saturday. 65 today at noon. I'm going to call it mostly sunny skies. Again, we'll have maybe a milky shade to the sky up there, and then plenty of sunshine today, 72 degrees. Gorgeous day. Heading off to the rodeo today is going to be perfect for it, and it'll cool off relatively quickly this evening, so take a jacket with you, and then we get up to 73 tomorrow. 48 starting off Saturday, so milder in the morning right before the front moves through, and then only 58 in the afternoon. Windy conditions, a shower or two. I wouldn't really change any outdoor plans on Saturday. 1 or 2 of those light showers here and there. Back to more sunshine on Sunday.
You got a little cool spell wedged in between some really nice days there, Mike.
Yeah, because let's see, today, tomorrow, and then Monday, Tuesday, those pairs of days are above normal and a cooler weekend. Yeah. Good looking forecast, though, and fingers crossed for rain next week. Saturday, I don't think it's going to amount to much of anything.
Okay, well, we'll wait. We'll wait for now. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you. Right now, 523, 41 degrees.
And coming up next in your morning spotlight, Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen returning for a new Star Wars streaming series and a first look at the new Firestarter.
2 big reveals in Hollywood, a much anticipated Star Wars series, and the latest version of a rather memorable movie.
CNN's David Daniel has details in the Hollywood Minute.
17 years after their classic duel in Star Wars Episode III Revenge of the Sith, the film's stars are reprising their iconic roles. Lucasfilm has announced a release date for the long-rumored limited series Obi-Wan Kenobi, with Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen returning as Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi and his apprentice Anakin Skywalker, who turned to the dark side and became Darth Vader. The series picks up a decade after the events of Revenge of the Sith, when it debuts on Disney Plus May 25th.
You're special, Charlie. I'm not special. I'm a monster.
I want to help her.
You want to use her.
Here's your first look at Firestarter. Ryan Kira Armstrong and Zac Efron star in the latest big screen take on the Stephen King story about a girl with pyrokinetic powers. The movie debuts in theaters and streams on Peacock May 13th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniels.
Do you remember the one with Drew Barrymore?
Yeah, so long ago. It was like right after E.T., I think.
I remember the first movie I ever hated. I did not like it.
Well, I don't even remember that much of it, but I'll take your word for it.
Thank you. 527, about 41 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA, why some truckers might be planning a protest convoy to disrupt the Super Bowl.
Plus, how you can get a good deal on a big screen this time of year.
And your Super Bowl party may cost a little more this year. We're going to tell you which items to avoid to keep that cost down.
Yet another fire in the city has turned deadly. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. Fire here on the east side taking the life of a woman. I'll tell you more about it.
And taking a look outside with live cam, the best of both worlds again. If you like the cold, we have it in the morning. If you like sunshine, we have that in the afternoon.
Something for everyone. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, the 10th.
Hey, thanks for joining us. Still pretty early. You have a chance to go ahead and grab that coffee right now. A warm coffee for now.
That's right. Later on, maybe you throw a few ice cubes in. Mike Osterhage is here with your coffee forecast.
That pretty much sums it up, because yesterday out in the direct sun in the middle and late afternoon, boy, it was getting warm with that sun beating down. No complaints because the humidity was low, and that's the way it's going to be today. Maybe a little bit more of a milky shade to the sky just because we have some extra moisture upstairs in the atmosphere. We've got mostly cloudy skies right now. 40 degrees, about 4 below the normal low temperature. Dew point stands at 31, so still fairly dry, but again, we've got that blanket on top of us, so that's really preventing temperatures from getting any cooler than what they are right now, maybe a degree or so. However, there is a breeze this morning, not much, just enough to add a little zip to some of those temperatures. 37 is what it feels like here in town. 33 is the wind chill right now at Randolph, and 29 in Hondo. And throughout the day, we are going to have mostly sunny skies. 65 at noon, and just like yesterday, up into the low 70s. And humidity is going to be comfortable. Great day for the first day of Rodeo. Tomorrow, fantastic as well. Actually, add to that a couple of notches, and we'll make it up close to the mid 70s. Then it is going to be much cooler starting off over the weekend. A shower or two is possible, not very likely though. We'll get the details of the weekend forecast in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Mr. Cavazos, anything going on?
I'd say it's just fair right now, Mike Osterhage. Right now we are taking a look at 281 at the quarry. Not a lot of folks out there. It's still very early. Maybe some are still turning on the TV and just waking up or getting that coffee started right now. So thankfully, if you do have to head out in the next few minutes for whatever reason, you're not going to find big delays. You're actually going to find a lot of quiet roads out there. We did see some crashes there on our map that have thankfully cleared out, and we're not seeing any congestion. But based on what we're looking at on these TransGuide cameras, it does look like the morning is off to an easy start, and we're hoping that it continues that way. Taking you right to the map, though, we do want to talk about this crash. This is off of I-37. It's not on the highway there, but it's at South New Braunfels Avenue. Just be on the lookout for that. If you were with us a little bit earlier, we told you we spotted that on our map, but thankfully it's not causing issues again on 37. It's just off there. We're hoping that driver's okay, but doesn't look like it's going to impact the morning drive in any near way. We're not going to see any big delays there. But as we jump out of the map, well, we do see again a really quiet start, pretty tranquil roads as we get this Thursday morning started. And if your travels are coming through San Antonio, we have those inbound times for you. Pretty green from Seguin on I-10 westbound, 29 minutes at this hour, and 22 if you're traveling in from 87 and LaVerdia in those northbound lanes, and 28 coming in from Floresville on 37 or 181. So no delays. Again, nice road so far. We'll talk some construction that's coming up in the next few minutes. Mark, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, San Antonio firefighters say they tried but were not able to save a woman from a fire in her east side home. They say a man also suffered burns, and the fire broke out after 1 this morning on Utah Street, not far from South Hackberry. Katrina Weber is there with a live report. And Katrina, sadly, this is something we have been seeing several times this week.
That's right. We covered a fire Tuesday morning in which a woman was killed and a man hurt. And then yesterday morning, firefighters also found someone dead after putting out a fire in a West Bexar County home. This time, it's an east side home that went up in flames early this morning. The firefighters say when they arrived around 1:15, they saw a heavy fire on the back side of this home. This is the 200 block of Utah Street. A man who they described as elderly had already made it out of the home, but he did suffer some burns and had to go to the hospital. Fire crews tried to go in for the woman, who they say was in her 90s, but they were chased back by the fire, and when they did reach her, it was too late. Fire also gutted the home. Firefighters and fire investigators were here up until about a half hour ago or so, but we still don't know what caused this fire or either of those deadly fires, those other deadly fires that we had earlier this week. Reporting live on the east side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. 5:35 from the Super Bowl to the grocery aisle. Pandemic problems just keep on coming.
And as CNN's Amy Kiley reports, some of the latest issues aren't just about the virus.
COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations are dropping overall in the U.S., but our pandemic problems aren't over yet. You know those convoys disrupting travel between the U.S. and Canada? Truckers might be planning one around the Super Bowl. That's according to the Department of Homeland Security. Truckers and other protesters in Ottawa, Canada say they're stopping traffic there to stop vaccination requirements and COVID restrictions.
If we don't make any changes now, we're going to lose all freedom.
I even made and sold masks at the beginning of this. But you know what? When you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, that's the definition of insanity.
The convoys threaten to worsen supply chain issues. Already the pandemic has led to problems with supplies and higher prices. Goldman Sachs predicts grocery bills will remain high all year. Even Super Bowl snacks cost more right now. Meanwhile, states like New York are trying to get back to normal.
It is the right decision to lift this mandate for indoor businesses.
The CDC is more cautious.
We are working on that guidance. Our hospitalizations are still high. Our death rates are still high. We are not there yet.
But some experts say we could be on our way.
I think we're moving from pandemic to endemic. I think what it's going to boil down to in the end is what level of disease or what level of hospitalization or what level of death we're willing to live with.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
The National Archives asking the Department of Justice to investigate former President Donald Trump's handling of White House records. The Washington Post says the archives is seeking review of whether Trump violated the Presidential Records Act. The request follows recent revelations the National Archives had to retrieve 15 boxes of records that ended up with the former president at his Mar-a-Lago resort. It is not clear if the Justice Department will launch a formal investigation. The archive says this does not comment on potential or ongoing investigations. Justice Department also declined to comment.
And a Black Hawk helicopter has made its first ever autonomous flight. The pilotless flight from Fort Campbell, Kentucky lasted about 30 minutes. It was repeated 2 days later, according to the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. Officials say autonomous helicopters can help Army pilots focus less on mechanics and more on the mission at hand. It also allows aircraft to operate at any time of the day or night and in difficult conditions.
Weather conditions here on Earth can impact when rockets can launch. Apparently, space weather is causing some problems, too. About 40 SpaceX Starlink satellites will likely drop from orbit due to a geomagnetic storm. That happens when solar winds from the sun come into contact with the Earth's huge magnetic field. Officials say the storm is affecting the area where some of the SpaceX satellites were sent, and the atmosphere is so dense the satellites won't be able to make it to their intended target. Despite knowing about the storm, SpaceX went ahead with the launch February 3rd. No word on how much of a financial hit this will be for the tech company.
And time now, 5:38 and 40 degrees out there.
Up next, what you need to know if you're planning to get a new TV for the Super Bowl and the deals that you can take advantage of this time of year.
And taking a look outside with Live Cam, another day to dress in layers. We're starting at 40 degrees and things will warm up. We'll be right back.
541 experts say the Super Bowl could be a great time of year for deals on big screen televisions.
CNN's Jeremy Roth explains why experts say if you're looking to buy a new TV, you could see some of the biggest price drops over the next few days.
If you can't be at the Super Bowl, watching it at home on a new big screen TV might be the next best thing. And with retailers offering some of the best prices of the year, it might give you a reason to splurge.
The Super Bowl is often the first chance that retailers really have to lure consumers back in after, a big holiday shopping season at the end of the previous year.
Julie Ramhold, consumer analyst at DealNews.com, says retailers are dropping prices on big screen TVs right now, motivated to move older models out in time for new ones, which typically drop in March or April. And the deals are plentiful right now.
Expect anywhere from 25 to 30% off on average.
We found this 65-inch Philips 4K Ultra HD TV at Walmart for less than $500, and Amazon's selling this 43-inch TCL Smart TV for just under $300 on its site. And if you're looking for a much, much bigger screen,
you can find an 86-inch LG TV at Costco right now for around $1,400. You're not going to find the big screen sets for less than $1,000.
If you're in the market for a new TV set, Ramhold has these 3 recommendations. 1, decide what features you want. 2, don't buy more than you need.
If you don't have the room for it, it's just going to be a pain.
And finally, do some research and compare prices. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jeremy Roth.
542, about 40 degrees.
And up next, we have a cute little dog that needs a home over at the San Antonio Humane Society.
Well, we've got a little baby just all cuddled up in a sweater right there. Kim's here from the San Antonio Humane Society, and who's that little one?
This little guy is Twix. He's a 3-month-old, kind of little Chihuahua mix. Just look at that.
Look at this. Dachshund in him, maybe?
I think a little bit, yeah.
Okay, that's
kind of unique, like with the ears, and the face. Guess, so. Look at him. He is all cuddled up.
And he's just a little mama's boy. Just loves
he
to be at
is.
home.
He wants to be at home on a couch, in a blanket, just wrapped up with you.
Yes, indeed. So you have a cat special going on.
We do.
Now, right?
We have a cat adoption special. It's our Sosies and Sasha's Spectacular. And Sosies and Sasha's touchdown special. And it is all of our cats and kittens are free. So adoption fees are waived on Friday or on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, that whole weekend. Mm-hmm.
Anybody? I mean,
just cats and kittens.
Itty bitties and cats.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great special. So come on down and see us, and pick out a cat kitten.
Yeah, and they would still obviously accept donations on top of that. And so nice thing is you adopt one, you save 2 because you open up space.
Exactly.
So if you'd like more on this little one or that great cat adoption specialty going on free, head on over to the San Antonio Humane Society over there, 4804 Fredericksburg Road. Thank you much, dear.
Thank you.
And a reminder, if you're looking for a new feline, now may be the perfect time. On Saturday and Sunday, all adoption fees for cats and kittens will be waived with the exception of ambassador pets. So it's all part of the Sosie and Sasha's touchdown special, and thanks to 2 special cats, Sosie and Sasha. They found their forever home and hope others at the Humane Society will get to do the same. That's happening at 4804 Fredericksburg Road. In your morning consumer headlines, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has released new guidelines for the cruise industry. It says cruise ships can operate under one of 3 tiers: vaccination standard of excellence, which means at least 95% of passengers and crew are fully vaccinated and boosted; highly vaccinated, which means at least 95% of passengers and crew are fully vaccinated; or not highly vaccinated, which means less than 95%. In response, Cruise Lines International Association called the CDC's latest cruise guidelines out of step and unnecessary.
Hosting a Super Bowl party will cost you a little more this year. I know you're not surprised. According to Wells Fargo, expect to pay 14% more than last year. Ouch. Of course, all depends on what you get. Meat, one of the biggest offenders, with ground beef prices up 13%. Dude, chill. Did you see that video?
Yes, I did.
You can always keep your costs down by grilling hot dogs. Those prices actually fell over the past year. You can also keep your guests blissfully unaware of the corners you're cutting with beer and wine. That's only up about 4%. Steer clear of soft drinks, though. Soda prices are up nearly 12%.
Well, it's better to drink water anyway, right? Healthier.
In theory, I like the idea behind that.
Yeah, the idea.
Yes. I think I'm going to enjoy a beverage instead. 5:48, time for a look at traffic.
Let's go ahead and check in with Stephen Cavazos.
Yeah, you could do a nice charcuterie and a nice wine. I mean, hey, that's a great way to spend Super Bowl Sunday as well. I mean, you don't need the whole wings, but that does make it very special. Okay, let's go take a look at the roadways. I-10 at Brazos. We're not seeing a lot of problems out there right now. Thankfully, the 5 a.m. hours, we're inching closer to 6, has been pretty quiet. But as I mentioned, although we are seeing some nice and easy picture-perfect shots from Transgate like this at 1604 at Rodeo Creek, we have spotted problems out on our map, but those have quickly resolved and no issues that are going to cause any delays for that early drive. But again, it's still very early, so let's take a look right at the map, because as we bring you in, we show you that it's quiet, but take a look here. There is going to be some congestion, possibly a little bit later today. Just a quick reminder, utility work there that started on Monday and will be wrapping up next Friday off of I-10. Now, this starts at 9 in the morning and will be wrapping up around 4 in the afternoon. It will lead to a single right lane closure on the eastbound frontage road at UTSA Boulevard, so watch out for that. Let's take a drive over here to 35, because there's also some road work that is taking place that started yesterday and will be wrapping up tomorrow, actually. Starts at 9 in the morning and will last until 4 in the afternoon. That's a single southbound lane and shoulder closure on the frontage road from Judson Road exit ramp to the Judson Road entrance ramp. So be on the lookout for that. We may start to see some congestion as we start to continue to see more folks out on the roadway. But right now, things are nice and smooth. No delays just yet, but we'll watch roads closely.
Quick question.
Yes.
You mentioned about wings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ranch or blue cheese?
Ranch and blue, both.
Both for Stephen.
Blue.
Blue?
Blue cheese. Oh, yeah.
Ranch.
All day long.
Ranch.
Ranch.
Okay. Drummies or flats?
I prefer flats, but I'll eat either one.
What's a drum? What's that? A drummy or a flat?
So the little tiny little drumsticks, or the flat part that's a little easier to eat.
Yeah. I love the drumsticks. I didn't know there was.
Yeah, because like when you go to a wing place, you can order just flats.
Mm-hmm.
And you take that second little bone out and pull that out, and then you got just a nice little,
you all
stop it.
Have changed my life.
I know, I'm getting really hungry for that too. So go check and see if there's wing places open right now.
There are not.
We've got some clouds hanging around here right now. No problems as far as the weather is concerned, although it is jacket weather once again. Got that wind chill to deal with. Still, these numbers haven't changed too awfully much. Not a real strong breeze out there, but when you have temperatures obviously in the low 40s, 30s, doesn't take much to just shave off a couple of notches here and there. 32 is the wind chill at Bulverde, 33 Randolph, 37 out there at the airport. And here's some of these clouds. We had obviously nothing but sunshine, clear skies, blue skies all day yesterday, and some moisture even upstairs in the atmosphere. And that's what's helping out with some of these clouds. So there may be a little bit of a milky shade of the sky later on today, but it's kind of splitting hairs. It's still going to be a fantastic day, and we are still looking at more beautiful weather upstream for tomorrow with a lot of sunshine and even warmer. Now we're getting into this more northwesterly flow here. What that's going to do is pull, it's been keeping things very nice around here, but that's also going to be pushing the next front on through here. It will knock temperatures down, but it is not by any means going to be this huge Arctic blast. Although with the clear skies and dry air, yes, that is going to allow temperatures to get down closer to freezing by Sunday morning. But nothing like what we had last week. We're going to recover nicely in the afternoons. Wind chill temperatures, it is 1 below in International Falls, 8 Minneapolis, but there's nothing that's just, off the charts, ridiculously cold anywhere around the country. So here's what the situation right now. We've got the modified sort of northwesterly flow in the atmosphere. This becomes a bit more pronounced as we go into Friday, Saturday. And here's the little front that moves on through. Yes, it knocks temperatures down. We'll be, instead of about 6-7 degrees above normal, we'll be about 6-7 degrees or so below normal by Saturday. We start off mild, and then the front comes through, and that holds temperatures just in the upper 50s. We'll have more clouds around. Yes, it will squeeze out a couple of showers here and there, but rain chances are kind of 20%, few and far between at best. Then we clear on out for Sunday. Great looking weather. We get back up into the mid 60s, start off in the 70s to start off the first part of next week. Then we're going to be watching that low out there to the west. That one's going to start to work its way in our direction, start to pull in a lot more moisture, more clouds by Wednesday, and continue. It's going to take a path right now. It looks like it's kind of to the north of us, but as of right now, we're still looking that it will have a decent rain chance, enough impact on us to give us a decent rain chance as of right now for Wednesday, Thursday of next week. 65 today at noon, mostly sunny skies. High temperature all the way up to 72. Maybe a few high wispy clouds hanging around here. Just a great looking day though. And tomorrow, again, jacket weather in the morning, 73 in the afternoon. Front moves through early on Saturday and 1 or 2 showers out there. 58, so windy 58 degrees on Saturday. Pretty chilly, and then back to the mid 60s after a cold start on Sunday. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, word to the wise, don't eat the Girl Scout cookies that somebody left in the break room before you have to talk for about 3 minutes. So
why is that, Mike?
Because it makes you,
You did well.
Thank you.
I didn't even know.
They're the toffee ones, right?
No, the peanut butter ones.
Peanut butter ones? No, those are good.
Yeah.
Those are good.
I'm going to go get
All right.
one.
I was like, they're in the break
for another
room. Okay.
We're not always obsessed with, we are. We're always obsessed with food. 554 here, a lot of numbers.
Pick 3, we have 734, Fireball 8, and Daily 4, 5373, Fireball 9.
Cash 5, 10, 18, 29, 30, 31. Lotto Texas 9, 10, 12, 18, 37, 51. And Powerball 2, 17, 33, 51, 63. Powerball 26, Power Play 2.
Coming up, as the pandemic appears to be entering a new phase, the mask policy whiplash as more states drop their mandates. The White House addressing the mixed messaging. We're going to have the latest on that and so much more coming up right here on GMA.
Ahead of the next hour, GMSA, Instagram, it wants to make its platform a little safer. Why the company is rolling out some new features. We have details ahead. And we'll check back in with Stephen Cavazos as we take a look at traffic building at 281 near the Quarry Market.
I'm ABC's M. Wynn in Washington. A glimmer of hope for normalcy as COVID-19 cases plunge 70% in the last 3 weeks. But top health officials are warning about the mixed messages on mask mandates coming up.
2 women in Houston facing charges this morning after several children were allegedly found left alone in a filthy apartment.
And outside with live cam this morning, not as cold as yesterday morning, and we're looking ahead to Super Bowl and pre-Valentine's weekend.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, February 10th.
Happy Thursday. Thanks for joining us. Looking forward to a nice weekend overall, well, at least for the events that we're expecting for Super Bowl and Valentine's. The weather looks pretty good.
It does. Remember, Valentine's is on Monday versus Sunday. Sunday is Super Bowl, but first things first today, and that is the beginning of the San Antonio Sock Show and Rodeo tonight.
Got some clouds hanging around here this morning, but it's going to be a fantastic day for it, nice and warm. If you are going to the rodeo and going to be out into the evening hours, take a jacket because it'll cool down. We'll have maybe some high clouds left over, perhaps not just the wall-to-wall deep blue like we had yesterday, but that's splitting hairs. It's still going to be a fantastic day. Temperature starting off right now is at 40 and been holding steady for the past couple of hours because did have a cloud cover move in overnight. Dew points down to 30 and hardly any breeze to speak of. So we've got 2 of the 3 ingredients for really good radiational cooling. If we had the no cloud cover, we would get down even cooler. There's a slight bit of a breeze out there, so in a couple of spots we have a wind chill, but not bad. Feels like 34 right now in Helotes, and both Mold and Mountain Cedar are on the low side. That's from yesterday's count, and the updated reading is going to be coming out later on this morning. We may fluctuate a couple of more degrees this morning here and there, drop down a 1 or 2 notches, and then nice big warm up. Again, we'll have plenty of sunshine. Some of those high wispy clouds still hanging around here. 65 today at noon, and then we are going to be topping off with a high temperature up into the low 70s, just like yesterday. It's going to get even warmer tomorrow. Then we have that front moving through on Saturday. It's going to be breezy. Couple of showers are possible. Wouldn't get too excited about it. Details on the weekend coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic authorities, Stephen Cavazos. Good morning, sir. What's going on?
Hey, howdy, Mike. How's it going? Right now, things are quiet. Really quick, want to give a shout out to my older sister, Kim. It is her birthday today, so happy birthday to her. Right now, though, if she has to head out the door in the next few moments, she's not going to find any trouble on the roadways, and neither are you if you have to get your morning started early with us. 1604 Wiseman, you can see that traffic is moving there, but we see more people are starting to wake up with us, and and again, get that day started early and hopefully grab that cup of coffee. But right now, no delays, so don't rush to the coffee shops just yet because things are looking A-OK. Bringing you right to the map, though, be on the lookout. You got to watch out for these stalls because we're starting to see a few of them pop up here. 1604 eastbound at Braun Road. This one not causing problems there on the northwest side, but we see another one popping up over here off 410 westbound at Evers Road. Let's take a drive. Actually, we had one that popped up off of 37. Forgot to put that on our map, but we have about 3 stalls right now around the San Antonio area. So again, just watch out for those stalls and make sure you check your vehicles before you get out on the roadways. But overall look at the map shows that we are still in good shape at 6:03 in the morning. And if you're traveling through San Antonio from any of these communities right now, good shape. 28 minutes from Pleasanton, 37 on the northbound lanes. Right now, Castroville, 19 minutes. Yesterday was a huge delay of traffic because of a crash, so make sure to take it easy out over there. And right now, 16 minutes, 35 northbound coming in from Lytle. So pardon me, no delays right now, but we're going to continue to watch these roads closely and give you all those updates as the morning does go on. Guys.
Thank you, Stephen. Our top story this morning, a house fire on the east side has led to irreparable damage. It caused the death of a woman and left a man with burns. That fire broke out overnight on Utah Street, not far from South Hackberry. Katrina Weber is there with a live report. Any word on how it started, Katrina?
No, we still have not heard the cause. We had fire investigators out here, but they left along with the rest of the crews about an hour ago. This fire broke out after 1 o'clock this morning. Firefighters say that they found flames on the back side of this home here in the 200 block of Utah. They also found a man who had escaped the flames, but he had to be taken to a hospital for treatment of burns. Fire crews tried to go in to rescue the woman, who they say was in her 90s, but the flames and smoke chased them back outside, and when they did get to her, they found her dead. This, unfortunately, is the 3rd deadly fire that we've had this week. Just on Tuesday morning, we were at another house on the north side where a woman died and a man also suffered smoke inhalation. And then yesterday in West Bexar County, firefighters there put out a fire in a home and found someone dead inside that home as well. No word on what caused either of those fires either. Reporting live on the east side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
All right, thank you, Katrina. 2 Houston women are facing charges this morning after several children were found alone in an apartment living in disgusting conditions.
We want to warn you, some of the details of this story are difficult to hear. Roseanne Aragon from our sister station KPRC in Houston has the story.
In court, 28-year-old Reese Padilla Hernandez and her roommate, 34-year-old Yuris Molina, 2 mothers each with 3 kids, living under one roof here at this apartment complex on Goodson Drive in North Houston.
The defendant abandoned her 3 children.
It all started, police say, when a maintenance worker spotted Padilla Hernandez's 2-year-old girl by the pool, barefoot, filthy, and alone. When police arrived, they found the girl's 7-year-old brother, who led them to this apartment, where 4 other children were found alone, including Molina's 1-year-old baby boy, inside a crib covered in waste and eating his own feces. Neighbors were shocked.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Left the complainant in the care of a 9-year-old child who did not have the means to care for the complainant. The complainant did not have access to food and was eating his own feces.
Both mothers were charged with felony child endangering. The children were placed with CPS.
Break my heart because poor babies. Poor babies.
That was KPRC's Roseanne Aragon reporting. One of the other morning headlines, we now know what led to the untimely death of comedian Bob Saget. His family revealing that he died of an accidental blow to the head before going to bed, falling asleep, and passing away. We'll have more on this story in our next half hour of GMSA.
And now to the coronavirus. The federal government getting ready to release millions of vaccines to kids 6 months to 5 years old. And as new COVID-19 cases plunge nationwide, at least 9 states are rolling back pandemic restrictions. But mixed messages on a local and federal level for mask mandates are leaving many confused. ABC's Wynn reports.
Good morning. As states start to ease pandemic restrictions, Dr. Anthony Fauci says this trend is likely to continue and that the hope is for enough people to be vaccinated that restrictions will soon be a thing of the past. This morning, the federal government already prepping the first 10 million doses of the under 5 Pfizer vaccine ready to go as soon as the FDA gives a final sign-off. The CDC tells ABC News there will be plenty of supply with enough vaccine doses for all children in the age group. Doses for the youngest population will be distributed in maroon-capped vials to differentiate that specific formula from the vials for the 5 to 11-year-olds, which are orange-capped. This comes as a growing number of states announce they're rolling back restrictions. Today, New York ends its emergency mask or vaccination requirement for businesses, leaving decisions up to local officials, though not everyone is on board.
I think it's a smart idea to keep it going a little bit longer in the city because we have more people.
Governor Kathy Hochul leaving school mask mandates in place, though, at least until March. 8 other states, from Rhode Island to Illinois, also easing pandemic rules. But the CDC stands by their guidance that most Americans should mask up in indoor public spaces and schools. The CDC director says transmission is still high, though they're working on recommendations to ease restrictions safely.
As we work towards that and as we are encouraged by the current trends, we are not there yet.
The FDA's advisory committee is set to meet and debate Pfizer's request to authorize the under 5 vaccine next Tuesday. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
In your morning consumer news, Instagram rolling out some new safety features. The new Your Activity tab allows users to sort and filter content, search for past comments, and bulk delete content. And Security Checkup simplifies the necessary steps to secure accounts.
And a new wrinkle in supply chain issues for coffee shops across the country. So there's plenty of coffee, but many are running out of cups. Some popular sizes now in short supply. And shops say when they can find cups, they might not have lids that will fit.
6:09, about 41 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA, a little girl in Houston shot while she was with her family on the way to the grocery store. The shooter is still on the run. We're going to have those details.
Are you ready to rodeo San Antonio? It all kicks off tonight right here in the Alamo City. We'll tell you what you can expect at the fairgrounds. Plus, we'll give you a preview of our rodeo special tonight right here on KSAT 12. You don't want to miss that.
And taking a look outside with live cam, perfect weather for the start of the rodeo. But as Mike said, if you're headed out, do not forget that jacket. It's going to cool off later on. We'll be right back. And do you have your rodeo gear ready? Well, the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo kicks off today.
Fairgrounds open this morning at 8 over near the AT&T Center in Freeman Coliseum. There's tons to see and do, plenty for the whole family. You could check out the animals with things like the Swifty Swine Pig races. If you're in the mood for shopping, there are more than 160 vendors. So tonight, Toby Keith kicks off the entertainment lineup at 7 o'clock.
And the mission of the rodeo is to educate young people and families. And get this, over $232 million has been generated since the start. So funds are awarded through scholarships, auctions, and other programs. More than 10,000 Texas college students have benefited from a rodeo scholarship.
A programming reminder, and this is a big deal, folks. We're very excited about tonight. KSAT will exclusively broadcast for the first time ever the opening ceremony and rodeo live. That's from 7 to 9 in prime time right here on KSAT. Then keep it here for our Let's Rodeo San Antonio special starting at 9. You can watch it on air, KSAT.com, or on your favorite streaming platform.
A lot of people will be headed that way, but for now, roadways not looking too bad. Let's go ahead and check in with Stephen Cavazos.
Yeah, no delays to the rodeo just yet. And if you watch from home, make sure you have your cowboy hat, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the roadways. TransGuide shows no problems out there. Again, that's what we're seeing from the cameras. Now, no big issues from these views and these shots that we've been taking a look at. 281 near the quarry. We're not seeing anything really, but just more traffic that's starting to show up. And that's because San Antonio continues to wake up. But although we're not seeing problems on these TransGuide cameras just yet, we're spotting them right now on the map. Let's go ahead and take you here to Loop 410 northbound at Preston Street. We do have a crash that was detected right there. I'm trying to find out if we can get a camera view from TransGuide, but not seeing problems when it comes to the traffic that's navigating through there. Be on the lookout for that and watch out for stalls, because as we drive up here to 37 northbound at Southeast Military Drive, stalls are starting to become a problem. We told you about these a little bit earlier. This one's also a new one. State Highway 151 westbound right there at Wiseman Boulevard. As we jump over here, we see 410 westbound at Evers Road. Drive up over here to 1604 eastbound at Brown Road shows another stall. So you can see right now that is going to be the trending issue for these early drivers. But jump out of the map doesn't show any big congestion or delays just yet. Again, very early right now, but make sure you watch out for those stalls and that crash. We're going to continue to watch these roads closely, but as always, make sure you do the same. Guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Stephen.
Well, and definitely pack that jacket.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Need a coat this morning and not this afternoon. Same thing tomorrow. Probably keep it handy all day on Saturday. And if you are, we were talking about the rodeo today. If you're going, it's going to be just wonderful out there for the rodeo. And tonight, if you're going to be out, late this afternoon going into the evening, take a light jacket with you because it'll cool down kind of quickly. So this morning, right around 40, which is the current temperature, may fluctuate a degree or two. We've got some clouds out there. And then a lot more sunshine later on today, getting up to 72. The normal average is 66, so we are on the above normal side, and that's going to be the case tomorrow as well. Those clouds really aren't doing much. I mean, visibility-wise, it is perfect out there. We have no problems related to the weather at all. Maybe a couple of breaks here and there. Clouds may be stubborn today, though, hanging around throughout some of the morning hours, and then we'll start to clear out from west to east. Freezing temperatures right now. Bandera, Kerrville, Comfort, and Bulverde. Like I said, we're at 40 right here. And then, right around Bernie Stage and Lotus. That's just a couple of thermometers there. Right down the road, you may be just below freezing as well. And then that slight breeze. So bit of a wind chill in a couple of spots. Not too bad this morning, though. And throughout the rest of today, like I said, we're going to warm up quite nicely. The humidity is still comfortable, and it will want to creep up more tomorrow, as well as going into the first part of the day on Saturday. Then we have the front that moves on through here, so that's going to get rid of the humidity. May squeeze out a couple of showers as it moves on through, but not looking great for rain chances on Saturday. We will keep the low humidity around Sunday and Monday. Then it shoots back up, and that's when our better rain chance, as it looks right now, comes into the picture by Wednesday, Thursday of next week. So we got some of these clouds left over today, especially down to the east and to the southeast. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow. More clouds move in on Saturday, and a few showers scattered about on Saturday. If you are heading out, going to rodeo, got outdoor plans, really wouldn't change them. Just make sure you keep a jacket handy because we'll only be in the upper 50s and it is going to be windy. That'll be the main thing we have to deal with on Saturday, and just one or two of those showers here and there. We'll clear back out on Sunday morning. That's going to allow temperatures to drop down close to freezing once again. Then we start the warming process again Sunday late and into Monday, Tuesday. Clouds start to increase. Then we get those rain chances, which will start to move into the picture by Wednesday and into Thursday. And this is the best chance of rain since we had some last week. Won't have those cold temperatures mixed in with it, but this is going to continue Wednesday and then also going into Thursday. So this is looking promising as far as kind of a nice little dose of some rain by next week. Saturday, not so great. 65 degrees today at noon. Mostly sunny skies. We'll still keep some of those high clouds hanging around here. 72 for a high temperature. Nice and warm out there. And then tomorrow, mid 40s, and then we get up into the mid 70s. So once again, we're seeing those 30-degree swings in temperatures. Good indication of some very dry air. 48 Saturday morning, but only 58. So it's going to be windy, cooler, a couple of showers here and there. Very cold Sunday morning for if you're heading out to early church services, but get right back up to 65 degrees, 70s, first part of next week. What a lovely day on Monday, maybe even Sunday night. On Valentine's Eve, go for a little moonlit midnight stroll.
Smike is kind of setting the mood here.
Yes, he is.
And all talking like this.
With the graphic on Monday, yes.
And then a decent chance of rain, as it's looking right now, by Wednesday and Thursday of next week. So.
Turns out Mike was a poet and didn't know it.
Oh.
Thank you very much, Mike. Rather nostalgic this morning.
Aw.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Try.
Look at 620 rather, 41 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA, a feel-good story this morning about a daring dog rescue in Hawaii. We're back after this.
Why hide your skin if Dupixent has your moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis under control?
Hide my skin? Not me.
By hitting eczema where it counts, Dupixent helps heal your skin from within, keeping you one step ahead of eczema.
Hide my skin? Not me.
And that means long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief for adults. With Dupixent, you can show more skin with less eczema.
Hide my skin? Not me.
Don't use if you're allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. When you help heal your skin from within, you can change how your skin looks and feels. And that's the kind of change you notice. Talk to your eczema specialist about Dupixent, a breakthrough eczema treatment.
And welcome back at 6:23. One lucky dog in Hawaii has a very special someone whom he could count on.
When he got the call from a stranger to help find a missing dog, he immediately said yes. Here's ABC's Will Gans.
Kavika Singson has seen just about everything in his time as an adventurer in Hawaii, but nothing could have prepared him for the message he got on Sunday morning.
So I get a text early this morning about a dog.
A 16-year-old boy needed help rescuing his dog Mauka, who had been stuck for 2 days.
They said the dog is in a ravine. And I said, okay, ravine, I can deal with that.
Once there, and after a 1.5-mile hike through the forest, no ravine, but this.
It's far, man. A hole in the ground, a lava tube, until I got there and it just shone the light down and I could see this black, pitch black, and you could hear the dog faintly whimpering.
Kavika using a rope rigging system to lower himself 25 feet into the earth.
There she is right there. It's okay, it's okay. When I got to the bottom, the first thing that I could sense immediately was I could smell pig down there. I could smell a boar.
Mauka must have chased a wild boar into the fissure.
Pigs can be very dangerous if they're cornered.
Thankfully, no boar, just one very scared pup.
Come.
Kavika climbing up with Mauka in his arms until finally.
Okay, I can push him up. Ready? Go, go, go. I don't ask for money. I don't ask for nothing. All I want to do is get the dog back to the owner.
After hiking back out of the forest, Kavika beginning his long trek back home.
It's always nice when it's a happy ending. Aloha.
Kavika says it's a blessing that Mauka, which means mountain in Hawaiian, by the way, was wearing a GPS. Otherwise, it would have been impossible to find the dog in the middle of that forest. Will Gans, ABC News, New York.
There's the key detail right there, the GPS thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, that's great.
I'm glad the pup's okay.
Nice way to end this half hour. Right now, 6:25, about 41 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA, the Department of Homeland Security keeping an eye on a situation that could disrupt the Super Bowl this Sunday.
Plus another house fire claiming the life of another person here in San Antonio. Katrina Weber is joining us, coming up with more details.
And a quick check of the roads with TransGuide. There's a look there at Loop 410 at Starcrest. Things are moving there, but we'll be checking in with our Stephen Cavazos very soon.
Outside with live cam, San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo gets going today. Big first concert tonight with Toby Keith inside the AT&T Center. What to wear to both coming up. Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, February 10th.
Thanks for joining us this morning. Yes, I think definitely the sunshine this afternoon, but like Mike was saying earlier, we have to pack a jacket.
We do, yes. It gets cool really quick when the sun starts to head down. Mike Osterhage, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, we do have some clouds hanging around here this morning. We will have a lot of sunshine later on today. A few high wispy clouds hanging around here. But once again, getting up into the low 70s just like yesterday. And some of these clouds may be stubborn this morning. But then, as we were talking about, it will cool off kind of quickly again once that sun thinks about setting. We're at 40 right now, about 4 degrees below the normal low temperature. We still have very dry air out there, light wind, so 2 of the 3 ingredients for perfect radiational cooling. If we didn't have these cloud cover, we'd be down much, much cooler. There is, again, that slight breeze, Hondo, Castroville, especially around New Braunfels. So wind chill temperatures right now, 36 New Braunfels, 30 Hondo, and Castroville is at 34 degrees. 26 is what it feels like in Kerrville right now. Mold and Mountain Cedar are both on the low side. And today, yeah, another fantastic day. couple of clouds out there, and it is on the chilly side. Keep, like I said, a few stubborn clouds hanging around here this morning, and then a lot more sunshine, a few high wispy ones out there. Just a fantastic day. Tomorrow, more of the same, sunny and even warmer. We get up into the mid 70s tomorrow, and then that front moves through, excuse me, early Saturday. It will squeeze out 1 or 2 showers. Rain's not going to be a big issue on Saturday. It is going to be cooler, only upper 50s, and it is going to be windy. And then after a really cold start Sunday, it is back to the sunshine and back to the warmer temperatures. All the details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Mr. Passos, been fairly quiet on the roads this morning.
Yeah, we have not seen issues on the TransGuide cameras. Everything looks pretty quiet from what I've been looking at here. 281 at St. Mary's. Traffic is moving through that area without any problem. There we have a few more folks waking up with us right now. We are inching closer to that morning rush. Now, keep in mind, while TransGuide not showing a lot of issues out there, just traffic, our map is picking up some issues. Let's take you right now to 410 northbound, right there at Preston Street. We told you about this crash that's been detected there. Not seeing delays just yet, but I'm going to watch that closely. And the same with these stalls. These seem to be the trending problem right now. The same one still reported off 37 northbound at Southeast Military Drive. Still seeing this one off State Highway 151 westbound at Wiseman Boulevard. Finding this one right over here at 410 westbound, right there at Evers Road. And of course, we are going to continue to watch this one there at 1604 eastbound at Braun Road. So again, as we push out of the map, we do see a lot of stalls, but I just noticed a few more crashes that are popping up there along 410 and a little bit further down near Somerset. We'll have to find out what's going on there, but the TransGuide cameras again show a pretty smooth drive right now. So that's good. And if you're traveling into San Antonio, no delays, just 24 minutes coming in from 87 and Lavernia. So again, we're going to watch the roads closely and give you those updates coming up in the next few minutes. Mark, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephen. An overnight fire has ended in the worst way. San Antonio firefighters found a woman dead inside that home. They say a man also suffered burns. Katrina Weber is live on Utah Street, not far from South Hackberry, with a live report. And Katrina, you mentioned earlier that at one point the fire caused crews to back off a bit.
That's right. It happened while they were trying to get to the woman inside this home. They say the fire stopped them. They had to put out those flames and smoke in order to make their way inside to get to her. Now, this fire broke out around 1 o'clock this morning. It was intense. The fire was already coming through the back of the home when those firefighters arrived. A man who had been inside the home managed to escape on his own. Firefighters say he suffered burns and had to be taken to a hospital. Now, when they reached the woman, she already was dead. They say that she was in her 90s. Investigators were here for more than 3 hours searching for the cause of this fire, but we have not heard yet from them what started it. Now, this is the third deadly fire that we've had this week. Tuesday, we covered a fire on the north side in which a woman died. And then yesterday, there was another fire in West Bexar County where firefighters found someone dead inside the home after putting out that fire. Reporting live on the east side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Katrina, thank you. San Antonio police trying to figure out who and what led up to a man being shot on the city's northeast side. Officers say it happened after 7 o'clock last night on Moorestown Drive near I-35 in O'Connor. Officers tell us the man shot is not being cooperative with investigators. We do know that he was taken to BAMC and his injuries are non-life-threatening.
Houston police are trying to find the person who shot a 9-year-old girl in the head during an apparent road rage incident. Police say the child was riding with her parents and 12-year-old brother Tuesday night when they ended up between two racing vehicles. One of the racing drivers cut off the family's vehicle several times before firing shots at them, wounding the girl. She was taken to a children's hospital where she underwent surgery. At last check, she was listed in critical condition. The girl's mom, dad, and brother were not hurt.
Meanwhile, here at home, Stand Up SA is a community-based violence prevention effort that's been working to stop the killings in our communities. Now they're trying to take that work to the next level. Starting this spring, the program will expand to have staff inside 2 area Trauma 1 hospitals. Violence interrupters will work to talk to victims and their families to prevent retaliation after shootings. The program should be ready to launch by this spring, and there are plans to hire 2 more staffers to work in the hospital by the end of the year. Stand Up SA is a branch of Metro Health.
Turning to the coronavirus here at home, Metro Health reporting 701 new cases and 7 more people have died from the virus. 906 people are in our hospitals with COVID and 236 are in the ICU and 114 are on ventilators that are helping them breathe.
A federal appeals court will not reinstate President Biden's vaccine mandate for federal employees as it reviews a lower court's order putting it on hold. The decision by the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals Wednesday potentially set the stage for the case to go all the way to the Supreme Court. One of the 3 judges dissented. In that dissent, the President Obama appointee wrote, quote, "The only court that can now provide timely relief is the Supreme Court," end quote. The 2 majority judges were appointed by Presidents Reagan and Trump. The mandate has been halted nationwide since a preliminary injunction in January that was issued by a Trump-appointed judge.
The National Archives asking the Department of Justice to investigate former President Donald Trump's handling of White House records. The Washington Post says the archives are seeking a review of whether Trump violated the Presidential Records Act. The request follows recent revelations that the National Archives had to retrieve 15 boxes of records that had ended up with Trump in Mar-a-Lago. It's not clear if the Justice Department will launch a formal investigation, as a vast majority of referrals to the department do not end up being looked at.
Well, now to the update on the investigation into the sudden death of comedian Bob Saget. 1 month after the beloved actor was found dead at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Orlando, his grieving family just announced that he died from head trauma. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujii.
This morning, we now know what killed actor Bob Saget. His family revealing he died from head trauma in a Florida hotel room last month. Saget's family said authorities determined that he accidentally hit the back of his head on something, thought nothing of it, and went to sleep. No drugs or alcohol were involved. Experts say head injuries can be deadly if not treated.
So if somebody has had a head injury, they need to make sure that other people know about that and keep an eye on how well the person is acting.
The night before Saget died, the 65-year-old performed a comedy show in Jacksonville. When his family didn't hear from him, they requested a wellness check. And on January 9th, police found him unresponsive and not breathing. He was face up in bed with his left arm across his chest while his right arm was resting on the bed. No signs of trauma were seen, and there was no evidence of drug use or foul play. Doctors say brain injuries don't always produce visible trauma, and though it's not clear if Saget had underlying medical conditions, certain health issues can cause a more severe outcome.
They may not be able to clot well, and if they hit their head, they might have a small bleed that doesn't stop, and that could be serious or deadly.
Actress Natasha Richardson died in a similar fashion in 2009. She hit her head while skiing, initially refusing medical treatment, considering it a minor fall. But shortly after, she was rushed to the hospital and days later was removed from life support.
DJ, we're still a family. And now is when we really need to stick together.
Saget was best known for his role as Danny Tanner on Full House and went on to host America's Funniest Home Videos. His family says they wanted his fans to hear how he died from them first. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Time check 6:38, about 41 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA, we're going to tell you why the coronavirus could disrupt the Super Bowl.
Welcome back. We are now taking a live look at Inglewood, California. That is SoFi Stadium, the site of Super Bowl 56, where it's going to be an unusually hot 90 degrees around game time. Of course, we're just days away from the big game between the Cincinnati Bengals and the LA Rams. Coronavirus could have a big impact on this year's Super Bowl.
According to the Department of Homeland Security, an anti-vax convoy could be planned around the big event.
CNN's Amy Kiley explains.
COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations are dropping overall in the U.S., but our pandemic problems aren't over yet. You know those convoys disrupting travel between the U.S. and Canada? Truckers might be planning one around the Super Bowl. That's according to the Department of Homeland Security. Truckers and other protesters in Ottawa, Canada say they're stopping traffic there to stop vaccination requirements and COVID restrictions.
If we don't make any changes now, we're going to lose all freedom.
I even made and sold masks at the beginning of this. But you know what? When you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, that's the definition of insanity.
The convoys threaten to worsen supply chain issues. Already the pandemic has led to problems with supplies and higher prices. Goldman Sachs predicts grocery bills will remain high all year. Even Super Bowl snacks cost more right now. Meanwhile, states like New York are trying to get back to normal.
It is the right decision to lift this mandate for indoor businesses.
The CDC is more cautious.
We are working on that guidance. Our hospitalizations are still high. Our death rates are still high. We are not there yet.
But some experts say we could be on our way.
I think we're moving from pandemic to endemic. I think what it's going to boil down to in the end is what level of disease or what level of hospitalization or what level of death we're willing to live with.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
From NFL to NBA, our Spurs dropped their first game of the Rodeo road trip at the hands of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Although the Silver and Black had a strong start, Cavs would go on a 15-4 run late in the game and put any hopes of a comeback on ice. Cleveland cruises over SA 105-92. Next up, Spurs will take on the Hawks in Atlanta. That is tomorrow night at 6:30.
And the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo officially starts tonight. KSAT 12 will exclusively broadcast the opening ceremony and the rodeo. It's kicking off at the AT&T Center at 7 p.m.
Yeah, live coverage. It's going to be awesome. Our crew will give you a closer look at this year's event. They'll also go over the history in a new Let's Rodeo San Antonio special. You can watch it right here on KSAT, KSAT.com, or any of your favorite streaming platforms from 7 to 10 tonight, right here on KSAT. Looking forward to it.
Yes, and I was just looking at the TransGuide cameras. Looks like there's problems off Loop 410 in East Houston. Let's go ahead and check in with Stephen Cavazos.
Yeah, yikes. We're seeing some flashing lights and traffic that is building out there. 410 at East Houston, not looking like the spot you want to be this morning. Right now, we do have first responders that are out there on the scene. Very dark, so we're not able to see exactly what took place, but we can tell you TxDOT has listed this as a crash. We are spotting some emergency lights there off in the distance, so we're hoping that the drivers are okay and that first responders can get this scene cleared up. But with morning rush already here, this is definitely going to cause some problems. Taking you right to the map, we're picking up this crash there off 410 northbound at Rigsby Avenue, and you can see there off of 87 right there at 410, we're starting to see that build up in the northbound lanes, so you got to watch out for that, but it looks like it's already impacting traffic. Taking a jump up here, stalls also seem to be the other issue. One here detected at I-35 southbound at Benzingelman Road. We're seeing the same problem still detected there off Loop 410 westbound at Evers Road as we drive up over here, 1604 eastbound at Braun Road, where we're also spotting a slow down in that direction, and taking a drive down a little bit further at State Highway 151 westbound at Wiseman Boulevard, another stall. So you can see that is a trending problem, but the bigger issues are going to be those congestions where we're starting to pick up there along 410 and US 87. Of course, we're going to watch through it, and we will get you through this scene as the morning does go on, guys.
Thanks, Stephen.
Yes.
I was talking with some of the volunteers out there at the rodeo yesterday, and they were talking about David and Ursula's broadcast. And they said, yeah, we've been kind of walking through and, where they're going to be, because I guess they're going to be in different spots all during that live hour at 9 o'clock. So they were just getting all the logistics worked out. So.
Well, it's just an aside. The other cool thing is watching David Sears get so excited about this. I mean, because he's a sports guy at heart. He's out there, so it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. And both of them, they love their horses.
They're horse people.
Yeah,
they definitely are.
So. Right up their alley. So good luck to them tonight. And it's great to see the rodeo out there. So, the logistics behind it all and everybody getting prepared yesterday was just fantastic. So we've got some clouds hanging around here right now. And temperatures, though, despite that blanket, are down freezing. Bowl LVI out in the hill country, maybe in freezing in your backyard around Helotes as well as Bernie Stage. And slight breeze. So we've got a wind chill 30 in Hondo. And it feels like 36 right now in New Braunfels. Yeah, bundle up, then you won't need a coat later on today. Here's some of the moisture. Now, we got dry air here at the surface, but moisture has moved in aloft, and so that is translating into some of those clouds that are hanging around here. They may be kind of stubborn through the morning hours, and then we'll see a lot more sunshine later on today, still with a few high wispy clouds hanging around here. Around the country, we've got a lot of activity now coming into the northern portion of the United States. All of this, though, is going to be staying further up there to the north. There is the front, which will be pushed on through here, and that may try and squeeze out a couple of showers by Saturday. Some high clouds today, lots of sunshine tomorrow, even warmer tomorrow. And then as the front moves on through here, we see some of those clouds, couple of showers going to be possible on Saturday. although not very likely. We will get a stronger wind coming in here out of the north, and that combined with some of those extra clouds hanging around will keep temperatures only in the upper 50s on Saturday. And of course, it'll feel cooler than that with those winds. And then as we clear out Sunday morning, that's going to allow temperatures to get down close to freezing here in town. Definitely a good freeze in the hill country starting off Sunday morning. More sunshine in the afternoon. Clouds come back in here then by the middle part of the week, as well as another rain chance. This one looks more promising. The window of opportunity right now is going to be Wednesday through most of Thursday. So that's encouraging on the heels of, we got some great rain last week. We could definitely use a little more. 65 at noon today. Mostly sunny skies. High temperature makes it all the way up to 72 today. Plenty of sunshine around here. And then tomorrow, it's going to be even warmer. Going to make it up to 73 degrees, starting off at 45. The front comes through about, looks like right now, 8, 9 o'clock Saturday morning. So we'll be very mild out ahead of that. And then windy conditions with winds out of the north to northwest, about, say, 20, 25 miles per hour, gusting, 58 high temperature, a couple of showers. Very cold Sunday morning, more sunshine then during the day. Sunday, Valentine's Day, nice looking, nice and chilly in the morning, 70 in the afternoon, and then that rain chance comes in here the middle of next week, Wednesday and Thursday.
Very nice. No complaints for me.
Overall, good look weekend. Good start to the rodeo. A couple of clouds here and there, but very warm. And then, the cool day on Saturday. But if you have outdoor plans on Saturday, I really wouldn't change it right now because rain chances just don't look that great.
Okay.
Well, that's good news because we feel like a lot of people will be headed to the rodeo.
Oh, yes.
Have fun. Be safe right now. Just about 10 till 41 degrees.
For protection to Spain, and even fondly called the pistol-packing nanny when she was assigned to watch the Kennedy children. I'm Sarah Costa. Coming up tomorrow on GMSA, we introduce you to Catherine Childers, a South Texas resident who talks to us about what it was like being one of the first female Secret Service agents in 1970.
And a quick look outside with live cam this morning. A chilly start to your day at 41 degrees, but looking forward to sunshine once again. We'll be right back.
Coming up, as the pandemic appears to be entering a new phase, the mask policy whiplash as more states drop their mandates. The White House addressing the mixed messaging. We're going to have the latest on that and so much more coming up right here on GMA.
Firefighters say it has happened again. Another person killed in a house fire. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. This time the fire happened overnight here on the east side. The firefighters arrived after 1 o'clock this morning. They say they found heavy fire on the back of a home here in the 200 block of Utah. That's just down the street from Hackberry. They say that there was a man who had escaped the fire, but he suffered burns. He was rushed to a hospital. Firefighters meanwhile tried to go back into the house to get a woman who was inside, but they were not able to because of the fire. When they did reach her, they say that she already was dead. That woman, according to firefighters, was in her 90s. Now, this is the third deadly fire we've had in the area this week. Yesterday, there was a fire in West Bexar County where firefighters found someone dead inside the home after putting out the fire. And Tuesday, a woman died in a house fire on the north side. A man there also suffered smoke inhalation. Reporting from the east side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
5 till 7.
And there are still problems there on Loop 410 in East Houston. Let's check back with Stephen Cavazos.
Yeah, probably best to avoid this area if you have to drive through it in the next few minutes because we still have first responders out there, and what we're spotting is traffic that continues to build. This is a shot at 410 at East Houston. You can see flashing lights and a vehicle that has its emergency lights on, a crash detected in that area, bringing you right to the map. We're starting to see that in the northbound lanes right at 87 or Rigsby Avenue where that crash has been reported. Be on the lookout for stalls too. We have one reported here at 35 southbound at Benz Engelman and another one here, Mike, at Loop 410 westbound at Evers Road.
Thank you very much, sir. And we do have some clouds hanging around here this morning. We're looking off to the west, obviously, and you can kind of see a few of those clouds. Temperatures are still chilly. We're at 41 right now. Some freezing readings on northern Bexar County and up along I-10 in the hill country, and then a bit of a wind chill to deal with in spots. 65 at noon, 72 for high temperature. Some stubborn clouds and some high clouds hanging around here. Warm again tomorrow, then that front moves through. Cooler, windy on Saturday, maybe a couple of showers.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. And thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy this beautiful day, and we'll see you back here at 9.
Have fun at the rodeo. We'll see you back here at 9. GMA is next.